So this is the veg tent. I'm going to be killing this garlic fumes, this grape cream cake F2 that is a very dulce leaning pheno, but it just didn't wash at all, and the straw guava as well. While growing, you really got to know when it's time to let something go. You could build a lot of like emotional attachment to some strains, and that's for sure happened to me. And just recently, I've really realized that and just really started killing stuff when it doesn't check all the boxes that I want it to. So then also, we're probably going to be moving this too much dulce into the actual flower room, because you can see right here, these are a bed of too much dulces, and this is this one that has been a runt this whole time. It's just one single branch going up, and even this other small one has multiple is branched out multiple times. So I'm just not liking how small this one is, and we're gonna replace that with that other one. That was actually a mom that has been in there for about 2 months in that small pot, but this is such a small strain that it just never really got overly deficient in those small pots over there. So yeah, this garlic fumes done. We're gonna mulch that back up into the flower room after. Dulce done. Garlic fumes again done. Garlic fumes was actually a pretty good strain. I just didn't really like the terps of it, but like it had a 3.5% wash yield. It had some really wet rosin, and a lot of people liked it that I showed it to. I just didn't really like the weird funk to the candy ratio. It just kind of was like rotten to me, but I know some people really fuck with that. This straw guava, he's got to go, bro. I really had a connection to this one, but it just doesn't wash that well. It was like a 1 to 2% washer, and you just can't have that around here. So sad to see that one go. I really like the terp of that one. This is another straw guava. Goodbye, straw guava. Yeah, another reason I had to get rid of that straw guava was because the rosin just came back all dry. Like it would stay like clumped up, but then when you kept going at the puck, it would just slowly dry out. What we're gonna do is push those are all the backups to the blackberry maples and to these slime pias right here. That I'm gonna transplant up to 5 gals and move them over there. I'm gonna go over and mulch this up now, just so it's out of the way. Get up over this bed. There's not looking like there's a lot of mulch underneath it anymore. Cut into it. I cut diagonally down, like sideways now. And then we'll go ahead and spread that all around. I really got to stay on top of mulching this green material, because there is so much roly-polies in here that they just eat up everything. And if you don't feed them enough, they'll start crawling up your plant. Yeah, everything else is looking pretty good in here. So this is actually Gaia Green mixed with some of my old soil. Still feeling pretty wet. There's a lot of life in here because it was my old soil. So what I'm just gonna do, it's gonna be nice and easy. And this is Slime Pia 1. It's a little smaller. We'll see how much it stretches. Still looking pretty healthy for being in this pot for a month and a half. This one gallon pot. I kind of like do a slight squeeze all around, push up from the bottom, and then this has been in here so long where it should just have its own root mass around it holding it together. And hopefully there's enough soil in here for just 2 more pots, I believe. This is slime pie number 3, also looking pretty good. This one has a little bit more spread out branches, where the other one had a bunch of short nodes, like a bunch of short spacing between the nodes. This one has a little bit wider spacing between each set of branches. And also these lower branches seem to be branching out a little bit more. Then slight squeeze around, push up from the bottom. I do not think we're going to have enough for that 3rd slime pie. I'm going to have to run to the hydro store today. This plant's actually looking pretty good. It's a smaller plant, but so you can see how small this plant really is compared to all of those blackberry maples that just got transplanted a few days before. Yo, so this is a few days after since my recent recording. Everything's gotten pretty big in here. I haven't been able to record because, as you guys could see, my camera is super zoomed in. It just recently broke, so the zoom out doesn't really work. So we're just going to have to deal with this for a little bit. I'm going to work on getting a better one. So pretty much, this is a too much dulce. You can see it's still a pretty small plant. Really, really short. But we got it to fill up that canopy really nicely. And then if we step in right here, you can see these blackberry maples across the middle rows. These short ones are actually the slime pias, I'm calling them. And you can see these blackberry maples down these middle rows are really just super tall. But right here in this corner, we got the Ruby Grand. So yeah, the Ruby Grand was in the beds as long as there's too much dulce, as you remember. And it's about a good foot taller, as you guys can see. Canopy really filled out nice. We're going to be taking clones. I'll probably get some clips of that. This is the hash burger right here. I know it's kind of hard to see this side view. These are GMOs. They've gotten quite bigger since the transplant. Nice canopy. It just needs to fill out a little more right there in the middle. It just needs to fill out a little bit more. It's because it seemed like there was a smaller plant in that middle. It was just like a slower clone. Because I did put the most vigorous clones on the outer, just so they could really fill out. So yeah, we're going to be taking clones of everything, and then flipping the flower today. I actually started feeding my week 1-3 feed. I mostly do RO, but every once in a while I'll do a little, like Build a Bloom, or Organics Alive is good. Brandon Rust has a good line, the Humates that he sells from Bokashi Earthworks. There's a lot of ways to feed the plants, but so yeah, I just ordered Mr. B's a bloom and a growth. So I'm just waiting for that to come in, and I will top dress. It's probably going to come in like Monday. It's currently Saturday right now. But everything's looking healthy. They'll be able to wait 2 days before they're top dressing. You can see everything's looking nice and green. a little bit of striping, but that'll go away. Especially once we flip, I realize the plants just kind of take up nutrients a little bit better that first 2-3 weeks. They just really are feasting when they flip to flower. So yeah, they could use a little bit of a top dressing, but it's not too bad. We'll be able to wait till Monday for the Mr. Bees. We'll apply probably the growth and then apply the bloom 2 weeks later.